Hello, I'm Alan Shell, and I wanted to talk briefly this morning with you about a new outreach mission that we're going to be doing here at Centenary as well as the rest of Lawton and Fort Sill area. Life Troops, it's a nonprofit based out of Oklahoma City. We're building a base here in Lawton, Fort Sill area, and I want you, the church community, to be a part. We'll be working together with both military veterans as well as first responders that struggle with post-traumatic stress and other combat-related issues to bring relief and restoration to them and their loved ones. Our mission offers a faith-based outreach program which encompasses the spirit of the triad, mind, body, and spirit approach to help service members and the first responders during the healing process. Additionally, our vision offers an enduring support system and military members through spiritual mentorship, counseling, educational and other programs that will bridge the gap between reintegration and everyday life. If you're interested in Life Troops and being part of our newly formed life groups, please contact the church office and take that first step. For me, it meant all the difference. Watch this brief video that follows on one of our success stories that was part of the Life Troops CIT program, and thank you.
Before Travis went on deployment, our relationship was basically perfect.
I joined the Marine Corps in January of 2005. We deployed to Iraq. I was a scout observer, forward observer for the artillery rocket system.
He got home about 8 days before our first daughter was born.
I didn't notice that I felt different, but I obviously was. There was some differences in how I interacted with my wife.
You know, lived in a tiny apartment, and he went from being in combat with a bunch of Marines to working in an office surrounded by dramatic women, and then come home to a new mom, new wife, and a newborn baby.
I ended up, after 5 years, just about 5 years with this company, they had some massive layoffs.
The day that he got laid off, when he got his DUI, was kind of when our world stopped.
That's how I was introduced to Life Troops. One of the arresting officers gave my wife a card and gave me a card.
Came up and he said, "Look, I'm a Marine combat vet. I've put my wife through hell too. I get it." And he said, "I don't know if you believe in God." And I said, "I have no idea." It's like, God is my lifeline. And he said, "Well, there's this group called Life Troops, and they've really helped my wife and I through some pretty difficult times."
And one of the things that we really started seeing was a lot of veterans on the street. And one thing that we had talked about was how can the police department become involved with those veterans and help those veterans, similar to kind of my case. One of the things that really gravitated myself to Life Troops was when I was deployed, an individual from Life Troops that sent me several packages, and during that time I felt like that was something that was needed because I was missing that. Life Troops was very new, and it was something that I saw, and so did Life Troops, see as an asset that can be employed out onto the streets to the police officers to use it as another tool in the toolbox. We did a lot of, we have these cards and we give them out. And not only do we give the card out to the individual, but then we also receive the card of their information so we can actually reach out to them also.
Life Troops reached out to me and called me and contacted me.
As the cop car is driving away, taking him to jail, it was a painful moment, but also a God moment. I knew in that moment that God was changing the path that our family was on, because the one that we were on, the one that Travis was on, was one of destruction.
They knew where I was, they knew what I was going through, and they cared and wanted to help.
To see the 180 that a lot of these guys have done is something that you just sit back and you look at and you go, man, God has got a hand in this, and it is amazing.
Without Life Troops, I'm not sure where I would be. It was a fast slope I was going down. It completely blessed my life and my family's life.
It's just been an amazing journey, painful but amazing. And for us to have the relationship that we have, for me to have the relationship with God that I have, I wouldn't trade it for anything.